Look, the PlayStation Network isn't the most well-designed online gaming network. It's had its ups and downs. Despite its massive popularity, PSN isn't quite on the same level of functionality and stability as Steam or Xbox Live. But even so, this is a bad one.
Kotaku has reported that PayPal issued a massive chargeback on PSN transactions last week for some reason. It's kind of like a forced refund, meaning loads of cash made from purchases on PlayStation Network was yanked straight out of Sony's hands. It resulted in thousands of PSN accounts being banned by Sony. Why? Well, because Sony has a very strict policy regarding debt on PlayStation Network accounts. If a PSN account goes even a single penny into debt, that's 1 pence, then the automated system flags the accounts as owing money, which triggers an auto ban. The only way to get the account back is to pay up in full.
But we don't really know why this has happened in the first place. According to Kotaku's insider source, the issue is only affecting UK PSN accounts at present, and if anyone has been affected, they should check their email for updates on the situation. Following the news, a commenter on Kotaku who was affected by the account suspension detailed his conversation with PayPal customer support. PayPal support told him that the error was on Sony's end and has something to do with Sony closing or limiting their GDP account, which meant the accounts were not properly credited with the necessary funds. I don't know, something to do with accounts. We don't f***ing understand. Neither PayPal or Sony have responded or made a statement about the issue, and PSN users are furious that they've been suspended. Understandably so, because this is bullshit.
Yeah.
1 penny in debt and you get banned. What thought is there behind that?
Some of them are really low as well. Some of these cases are like people who had like £1.99. You know, they bought something for £1.99.
Yeah.
There was a chargeback, and then, which again was out of their control. They didn't want a refund. It's just kind of happened, and their accounts have been suspended over £1.99. They've done nothing wrong. So Sony seem to be kind of correcting that. If you get in touch with the Ask PlayStation UK Twitter account or whatever, they seem to be actively engaged in that, and they're still working on this. They haven't really issued a statement and explained why this has happened. Neither is PayPal really. They're blaming each other as far as we can tell, and they're not coming clean, and it's all accounts. Don't worry guys, it's accounts.
There's nothing officially being said by either company.
No.
Like, these are anecdotal things that we've heard and we've read. So it's like, why don't they just come out and address it and tell us what the f is going on? Because this is bullshit. People getting their accounts banned because they tried to buy a game and through no fault of their own, the charge has been bounced back. So they got the game, but they didn't pay for it properly. So the account's been banned.
Boom.
Just banned.
Suspension.
That's it.
It's madness when you think about it, and it's the kind of thing that just randomly affects anyone. All we've got is thousands. That's the only metric we've got of how many people are affected. It's something that could be a huge problem, and we're just not sure about it, or it could be a tiny problem that's really affecting a small percentage. Thousands, even though it would be a lot, that's percentage-wise is still a very small number of PlayStation users. It only seems to be affecting UK users as well. Who knows what's going on? Kotaku has asked both of them for an actual comment or statement. As of the time of recording, there has been none. We don't know what's going on. All we know is loads of people have been banned, and it's not their fault.
Doesn't fill you with confidence, does it? There's all the history that PlayStation Network has had with the hacks and things like that. It was down for a few months, was it? Just solid?
Yes,
and
a long time indeed.
Just at least give your customers some consideration and something to at least console them, or just to explain what's going on. Just think about it.
We kind of
console them, eh, guys?
It's like
console them, eh? Sorry, I just heard the word content. I was like, that's
that was solid.
That was the wrong.
Solid.
I used the wrong word, but now I think about it, it was the right word.
Yeah.
Right, thanks, Jake.
It also reply to me on Twitter, PlayStation.
Oh yeah, and what we said in the voiceover about it being not quite as good as Steam and Xbox Live, that's no joke. Their attitude, Sony's attitude to online security, all that kind of stuff, to the network in general, it's not very good. It's quite static. They're just happy the way things are. Like, you get stability updates on your console all the time, but that's for like system software and stuff. PlayStation Network, as it is and as it has existed for the last few years, hasn't really moved on all that much. It's not a very good system at all. Like, functionality is limited compared to Xbox and Steam, and they've got a lot of work to do there. This kind of stuff, security in particular, is a big weakness for them. I've had my own personal experience with that, where my account was hacked, and I sorted it out in an hour, but that was purely because I knew exactly what I was doing. If it was someone who didn't know or quite understand what was happening to their account, if they were a kid or something like that, they would be screwed. They would have no hope, because Sony were less than useless when it came to my personal experience. So they've definitely got some work to do.
So without any official statement from either company, company, what effect is all this having on PSN users? Some commenters on the Kotaku post have updated their post saying their account has been unbanned. Others, though, have said their account is still banned and they can't even call customer support because the lines are full.
One commenter who managed to get through to Sony customer support was told the issue is between Sony and PayPal and they appreciate that users have done nothing wrong. However, they were simply told to leave their details so their account could be restored and there was no estimate or timescale as to when it would be solved. So sadly, if you were one of the accounts affected by this, there isn't that much you can do really. You just have to wait and hope that these two massive companies get their shit together and actually solve this weird problem.
Get your shit together! Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
So we should make it clear that if your account is banned, you can't actually access your games, which is bullshit, isn't it? All your games are taken away from you. You can't play them, you can't use them because you're trying to buy a game. It's bullshit.
You spend money on PlayStation Plus, you've put money down on this so you can play games online and you can't do that. There's a lot of consequences to this. For the people affected, I can't imagine anything more annoying when it's not your fault at all. It's over something as small as £1.99 in some cases and you just have to sit there and ask Sony to fix it for you and hopefully they will. What's that about? So, have you been affected by this? Has anything like this ever happened to you before? Let us know down in the comments. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. There's another video right there if you want to watch that, and a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.